Let's do an SCP teeth. This seems interesting.
You open your eyes, only to find something blocking your vision. Are those...
As a red rat, you're trying... I'm sorry, red rat. Oh, no, it wasn't you, though.
Teeth? Human teeth? Growing out of your eyes? Oh, no.
Okay, I'll clean them up. No. Okay, do you guys want me to clean them? You guys really want me to clean them? Okay. I have gloves. Can I use leather gloves? Will that protect me from diseases? I have some leather gloves I can use if you guys really want me to clean the rats. Hold on, I get some cleaning rats. Gosh dang. Alright, be right back. I'm cleaning. God dang it. Don't do it? Okay, maybe I'll do it later then. Alright, well, I'll clean the rats after stream.
Taking the subway can be a real hit or miss experience. On one hand, it's cheaper than driving, especially with gas prices these days. It's convenient, eco-friendly, and removes any potential stress about where to park. But it can also be hot, poorly maintained, and worst of all, it's filled with the public. These are the thoughts running through the woman's head as she stands on the subway on the way home from work. She holds onto a nearby pole for balance, struggling to maintain a bubble of personal space.
I think I traumatized you guys.
God dang it. Passengers climb on at each stop. She can feel her chest
Thank
tightening
you
with
for
anxiety,
following.
and she takes
Setsu.
a deep breath to loosen the stress. Just a couple more stops
Welcome,
to go,
dude.
and then she can get out of here and retreat to the comfort of her apartment. The train car slows down, and the doors open for
fine,
the
and then
penultimate
clean the
stop.
little rat thingies.
Great. After this one, she'll be home free. Of course, more people climb on.
They do
Everybody
stink
has
really
places to
bad.
go,
Do
she
I put them
reminds
in a
herself.
trash bag
It's
and throw
fine.
them into
But
the
as
trash?
one pale, jumpy-looking
Am I committing a crime if I throw them in the trash, or...?
man crowds a little bit too close to the pole she's holding, she feels her anxiety levels spike again.
Cripple
Why won't
protect?
he just
Okay, I'll do
respect
that.
her personal space? Come on, buddy. It's a crowded train, but there's enough room to take a
Plus,
step
they
back.
are making a lot of they're making those little gnats, and they're getting annoying.
She's working up the nerve to say something when the train jerks suddenly, starting back up.
Thank
The
you,
sharp motion
lunch.
sends the man
Yeah,
rocking
welcome.
forward,
Thank you
and he
for
bumps into
welcoming
her
the new
hard.
person,
She feels a
Uni.
sudden sharp pain in her hand and looks down to see a speck of blood.
No, normal
Seriously?
trash is where they
She
go.
swears
Okay.
at the strange man, unable to help herself. He glances down,
They are kinda
and his eyes
stinky.
widen. He apologizes profusely and backs away from her, unmistakable terror in his eyes. A bit of an overreaction, she thinks. She just yelled a bit. It isn't as if she was going to hurt him.
Stinky rat.
But he pushes through the crowd, moving away from her, and she doesn't care to follow. The train slows, and the doors slide open again. Thank goodness, her stop. She shoves her way out of the train car as fast as she can, and doesn't slow down until she's unlocking the door to her apartment. Time to tend to the weirdest injury she's ever gotten. She disinfects the wound on her hand, and begins to apply a bandage. Now that she's slowed down,
Man, if someone bit me, I'd be so pissed off. But I'm so itty bitty that I feel like I can't actually do any self-defense or unis or anything.
she can get a better look at it. She had assumed the guy's keys had
I guess
poked
I
her
could
or
hit
something.
somebody with a
But
shot
now,
glove.
examining it more carefully, it looks kind
That's
of
what
like...
my Hispanic friends
a
say.
bite?
Shankla.
Did he have some kind of animal up his sleeve or something?
But I think it's just called
It all happened
sandal.
so fast, she couldn't really tell. Better to be safe than sorry. She'll go get a rabies vaccine tomorrow. With that plan in place and a bandage applied to her hand, she quickly forgets about the hellish subway ride, the nervous man, and the strange bite. The next day, she gets her rabies shot and puts the whole bizarre encounter out of her mind for good. And it stays there, out of sight and out of mind. Until about a week later, when her gums begin to ache. It starts
What
with a
the
twinge,
fuck? What kind
a
of
bit
girl are you
discomfort
dating,
one
Red?
morning that wakes her up before her alarm. But
Was
as the
she
day
like
goes
just the
on,
bat out
the
of hell or
ache
something?
grows
I would
more and
never
more
bite like
difficult to
one of my
ignore.
partners.
She finds herself chewing on her pen during meetings, alleviating the itching, painful feeling in her gums with the pressure of it. A few days later, it's all she can think about.
Ew, this
She half
one's getting
considers picking up
gross.
one of those hard plastic rings for teething babies. At that point, she realizes it's time to go to the dentist. They'll know what to do. But when the dentist leans her back in that adjustable
I've been
chair
dating
and
this
peers
one
into her
person.
mouth,
They
he is just as clueless as she is. Perhaps even
I don't
more
know,
so.
like we weren't
She's
doing anything, but we
symptoms of a
sleep in the
condition known
same
as
bed.
hyperdontia, he explains. She is at
But
the
we
age of
weren't
30
like, you
years
know,
old,
doing the shaboinga
growing new
doinga.
teeth. Not wisdom teeth that
And
are
I just
coming in,
remember,
but
like,
a whole new row of
they'd
teeth
always try
just
to
behind
push
the
my
ones
head
she
down
already
to
has.
get suck action
He
or something.
advises
I'd be
her
like,
to
no,
come
no, no,
back
no.
in once the teeth have grown in all the way, and they can discuss next steps then.
They were just
She
like,
calls
come
in sick
on,
to
babe,
work the
just
next day.
once.
She lies
Just
and
the
tells
tip.
them it's
I'm
the
like,
flu.
oh.
How could she explain the truth? But at least there's a
That
solution
that
in sight.
that, that
The
relationship
dentist will
ended
help her
badly.
figure out what to do next. And surely this will be the worst of it, right? Unfortunately, she couldn't be more
Because
wrong.
they got really
When she wakes up the
mad
next
and
day, she
they
notices some
stole a lot of
difficulty
my
breathing through her
games.
nose, accompanied by a feeling of
They
discomfort
stole a lot of
in
my
her
original
nostrils.
Game Boy games that my
great.
uncle
Is she
gave me.
actually
I'm really mad about it because they stole my Kirby game.
sick now? She
Like,
goes
how
to
you
blow
can
her
steal my
nose,
Kirby
but nothing comes
Dreamland
out.
game or whatever.
She
I think
rubs
it
at her
was
nostrils
you,
and
one
is
where you.
startled by a sudden
I don't know. It
sharp
was a Game Boy
pain
game.
and the sensation of something solid in there. What the hell is going on? She rushes to the bathroom mirror, tilting her
It
head
was a
back to
bit
get a better
crazy.
look.
Yeah, I bet.
When she can make out what is blocking her nostrils, her jaw drops. Teeth. They're smaller than the ones in her
Stole
mouth
my
and
goddamn
somewhat
Kirby,
obscured,
man.
but there's no doubt
And my Game Boy Color that my uncle gave me, and I've never gotten my Game Boy Color back.
about it. Little rows of teeth have erupted inside of her nose. She calls her dentist and schedules
Ew,
an
man,
immediate
this is
appointment.
foul, man.
She
Teeth
struggles to
inside her
explain on the
nose.
phone, but
Goddamn.
no matter what words she chooses, she knows the doctor won't truly understand until he sees her condition with his own eyes. And when he does see it, he can't stop himself from crying out in shock.
Dude, I would
This
have
is
I
no
would need to
ordinary
have
case of
nose
hyperdontia.
teeth, man.
This
Ew.
is something else entirely, something that should be medically impossible. Seeing the appearance of teeth inside of the woman's nose, the dentist decides to perform a thorough examination of the rest of her face and head, much to his and her horror.
You know what was sucky? You know what would have met? Hold on, I need music for a story time. You know what's sucky? I had polyps in my nose one time. And so, you know they keep you awake while doing it, right? So they basically just numb your face and your nose. And they go in there and they snip them out, man. They go way in there and you can feel it and you want to sneeze and stuff. It's really uncomfortable. And they snip them and pull them out, man. And it really hurt. And there was a lot of blood and bleeding, but they said that's normal. And that after a while, like, I'll be kind of sore for a few days. And my nose got all, like, fat and stuff. So I looked like kind of like Rudolph the reindeer or something. I had this like big ol' enlarged red nose for like a week and a half, and it was really fucking annoying. But I remember being able to breathe really good after I got those polyps out of my nose, and that was really like one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever had from a doctor, because like they keep you awake. I don't think they can put you under during it. So it was really traumatizing. This is reminding me of that.
He finds small teeth beginning to erupt in her ear canals too. He warns that if they are not removed, they could.
Oh, polyps are little gross, little ball or god dang it. They're little balls of flesh that grow in your nose sometimes, and if you don't get them out, they can grow into your brain and kill you.
Cause permanent damage to her hearing. There's no doubt about it. For the sake of her well-being, the dentist must perform
So you have
the
to get them out,
strangest
or
extractions
you
of
will
his
eventually
career.
die.
The woman is given an anesthetic, and he gets to work. By the time he is finished, the dentist has
They're
pulled
basically like
36
against
teeth
the
of
nose,
varying
but
sizes
they're
and
not,
shapes from
you
her
know,
mouth,
they're easy to
nose,
treat.
and ears. It was a harrowing affair, but at least it's over. He prescribes pain medication, an antibiotic, and some time off his work.
Yeah. So
and
if you ever
advises the
have
woman
trouble
to give him a
breathing, you
call
need to
if she
check for
experiences
polyps,
anything
because
like this again.
like a lot
Neither
of
them
people
will
get
say it
them. It's
aloud,
pretty
but
common.
they're both privately terrified.
And
that
so
she'll
you
have to
need to
come
have
back
them
in
removed,
and do it
because if
all
you have
over
them,
again.
you could have
For
polyps,
the next few
and that
weeks,
might be
the woman feels
why
like
you
she's
have
back
like
to normal.
sinuses
She's a bit
and stuff,
shaken up by the
or
experience,
like
a bit
sinus
exhausted,
infections or
but otherwise
allergies.
it all seems
It's
to be
because of
resolved.
polyps sometimes,
Then
so
the
you gotta
aches
get them
start
out
up
of your
again.
nose.
Not just in her gums this time, but in her ears, in her nose, and more
Ew, this
terrifying
is so
of all,
rank.
in
Ew.
new places too. She can feel them, the germs of new teeth growing under the surface in between her fingers and her toes. even in her
Ew,
eyelids.
it's so yucky.
The feeling was unpleasant and distracting before, but now it is absolute agony. She can barely
Oh,
dial
no,
the
this is
telephone
so
to contact
yucky.
her dentist, but she manages to call him and drag herself down to the office.
Do you think she has, like,
first,
you
he
know,
doesn't
like
want to-
that? Have you guys seen the movie Smile, where the lady has, or not Smile, I forget, it was called Teeth. Have you seen the horror movie called Teeth, where this lady has, like, a mouth in her vagina and it bites out people's dicks?
Believe it. But then he performs an X-ray. The images
I wonder
that
if
come
she's
back
like this. I wonder
turn
if she
his
has,
stomach,
like,
and
a,
he nearly
you
vomits
know,
onto
teeth
the
in her
floor.
vagina.
He can see them clear as day. Teeth, 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 growing everywhere. The woman feels that unique ache, the building pressure of something struggling to grow, ready to burst through the skin and be born.
Yeah, you go
More
to the
teeth
doctor
in her
for
mouth,
this.
and teeth in her eyes, her ears, all over her body.
No,
Even
it's
if
a
he
really,
extracts
it's a
every
really
tooth
fucked
again,
up old
even
horror
if he
movie
plucks
from
out
like
each new
2011 or
there will be
something.
more waiting to replace them. Unsure of what else to recommend, he advises the
It's
woman
a
to check
really
herself into the
gnarly
hospital.
horror movie.
Whatever
It's
her
a body
affliction
horror
is,
movie.
it
It's
has
pretty good
progressed
though.
beyond his capabilities. Weeks later, the woman is lying in her hospital bed, weak,
Yeah, it's not that
exhausted,
old, but it
barely
is
able to
fucked
move.
up. It's like a
Her
fucked up
skin
movie.
is dotted with teeth. Her doctors tried to perform surgery to remove some of the teeth before they could erupt, but the incisions became tiny mouths filled with even more teeth. Now,
I remember
they've
when
all
my
but
little
given
brain
up.
saw it, I was like all
She can
fucked up.
barely open her eyes to get a look at the strange figures that enter her hospital room, promising to help get to the
Dude,
bottom
this
of
is
her
fucking
condition.
me up.
They're
Whoa,
scientists,
man,
they
god
say.
damn it.
And they specialize in unusual conditions
She's
like hers.
brown bread, dude.
This
She's a
poor,
big
unfortunate
burrito,
woman
man. She's
is
gonna
considered the
GG
first
game over.
recorded patient to be infected with SCP-2450. SCP-2450 is
She's
an
so
infectious
dead,
disease,
man. She's
the
gonna
most
die,
notable
man.
symptom of
Hella
which
dead,
is the
man.
manifestation of severe hyperdontia in unusual parts of the body. The initial source of the infection has been traced to the location now known as Building 2450, a former
never
men's
find that one
bathroom
that
in a
Smile
company
movie
service
came
station
out.
off
I
of a
don't know
major
when it came
motorway in
out.
the United Kingdom.
That was not Smile,
It
teeth,
is
I mean.
unknown
goddamn.
exactly how the infection is transmitted, but Level 5 HAZ suits have been ineffective at containing and preventing the infection. The disease can affect a wide variety of mammalian species, including
Let's
but not
see, the
limited
movie
to
came
rodents,
out,
dogs, and humans.
Holy crap, I was a
Approximately
little bitty
23%
person.
of
Was I
mammals
supposed to be
exposed
watching
to the
that
initial
movie?
infection source area will contract SCP-2450.
I thought I was
Infection
like
can
at
also be
least like
passed
in my
through a bite,
teens or
provided the
something.
bite
I
is
was a
deep
little
enough to
bitty
draw
person,
blood.
goddamn.
Infections from bites occur at a rate of approximately 12%. The initial stage of infection is characterized by the presentation of hyperdontia in various orifices of the body. I am sorry to say that is exactly what it
Damn,
sounds
was
like.
I supposed to
The
watch
eruption
that?
of extra teeth in places where no
Guys, do you
teeth
think
should be.
a lot of the movies
This
I wasn't
generally
supposed to
begins
watch
in the
as a
mouth,
kid
as
are
extra
why
teeth
I'm so
sprout from the
fucked in the
gums,
brain?
the roof of the mouth, and the frenulum beneath the tongue.
I just want
However,
some to
as the
end it
disease
all.
progresses,
Yeah, dude,
any
I
bodily
want to
opening can become
GG
fair
too,
game,
man.
including the nostrils, the eye sockets,
I would
and
jump. I
other,
would in
even less
GTA, of
comfortable
course. In
locations.
GTA, I would jump over a
The
bridge.
size of the teeth varies depending on the size of the opening and tends to be proportional to
Like
the
a
space
tall
available.
one though, like the
Teeth
one where
produced
it's
as a
like
result of
100%, you
SCP-2450
know, game
infection
over in Grand
grow at
Theft
a rate
Auto.
approximately 12 times that of ordinary teeth and can grow from gem to full root completion over the
Goddamn,
course of a period
ew.
between 3 weeks and 9 months, depending on size. As the infection progresses,
so
more
yucky.
and more
It's so
rows
yucky.
of teeth will grow further and further back into the affected orifice. Once all natural bodily orifices have grown at least one full row of teeth, the infection will progress into its next stage. At this stage, parts of the body that form a semi-closed space, such as the spaces between the toes or the armpits, will begin to erupt
No,
teeth.
no, no.
If that wasn't horrible enough, any apertures formed on the body via external trauma, such as cuts on the skin, will become growth sites for SCP-2450 teeth.
So you're
Did you
just
just
gonna
feel a
always
shiver
have
run
teeth
down your
everywhere.
spine?
No way,
too.
man.
My own spine, not your spine, you understand.
This is like the worst
Back to the
SCP
matter
to
at
die
hand,
by.
which
Goddamn.
I'm so sorry to tell you does in fact
This
get worse.
SCP is an
You
asshole,
see,
man.
as the infection progresses and more teeth are growing, the calcium and other minerals required to grow these teeth have to come from somewhere. These minerals will be leached from the body's natural stores, and the process can frequently result in osteoporosis and hypocalcemia. Administering calcium and other mineral supplements to SCP-2450 patients will keep them alive, and they will continue to produce teeth indefinitely.
guys, would you want to even stay alive for this? Goddamn.
Definitely, if this is the case. You might be wondering if the process of growing all of these teeth is especially painful. Allow me to provide absolutely no reassurance. It is. It has been described as extremely painful and similar to the teething pains experienced by young children as their regular teeth develop and grow in.
Dude, I remember
Much
my
like
baby
teething
teeth,
infants,
man.
patients will experience a strong desire to address this pain by biting or grinding the affected
I remember
teeth.
the first time
However,
that
as the
I
infection
put my
progresses, the teeth will begin to
teeth
erupt
behind
in
a
areas that
pillow,
are incapable
and
of
I got the
biting.
biggest money. I
In
got
these cases,
$10.
patients will often grind the teeth against
Oh,
solid
Harpy.
objects, such as the corners of walls. This activity has been highly discouraged.
Dude,
as it
but
could
yeah, I
result in
got
cuts
the
and
$10,
lacerations
man,
that
and it
may
was like the
provide a
most
breeding
money I
ground
ever got.
for even more teeth, resulting in a truly vicious cycle.
That was like when I was like 6
Incidentally,
or
this
something. I
behavior
lost
led
my
to the
final
first
baby
recorded
tooth, and I
instance
got a lot of money.
SCP-2450 infection via tooth-to-blood contact.
Might have actually been like 5 or 4.
was
I don't
first
remember.
discovered by the Foundation during a routine search of medical literature.
I do remember
and
I
on
got a lot of
February
money.
19th, 2009, the Foundation classified it as an anomalous phenomenon sufficiently distinct from hyperdontia. At that point, standard information suppression policy was applied successfully, and the pattern of outbreaks was then used to trace the source to the
This is a
aforementioned service
terrifying
station.
SCP, man. Holy
At that
shit,
point,
man.
a series of quarantines and experimentation revealed that the men's restroom in Wing B was the specific point of origin. As far as the Foundation has been able to determine, there is nothing anomalous about the service station or that particular bathroom, aside from
God
the
damn, man.
SCP-2450
How?
infections themselves. The station was first built in 1983 and operated normally for decades. So when and how
I would
did
never
everything
want to die
change?
this way. This
By
looks
interviewing
terrible.
cleaning and security staff and reviewing years of security footage,
I
the
love SCPs. You know what, though? I want a good crossover. I want the SCP Foundation to mix up with the Backrooms lore. I think it would be really fun.
SCP Foundation was able to tentatively pinpoint the date of origin for SCP-2450
You got 3
to
silver
July
cam
15,
teeth.
2008.
Oh, $40?
On that day, the following events were captured by security cameras located
God
in the
damn.
building.
God damn. And you lost it.
3 men in black hooded sweatshirts entered the building.
Damn, that
Hoods
sucks,
pulled up
man.
to
That's
obscure
rough.
their faces.
You know what? Let me tell you guys a story. And this annoys me to this day, alright? So you know those glass pickle jars, the really, really big ones? My grandfather gave me silver eagles. An entire big old glass jar of them, and I spent them all, dude. I didn't know that they were. I was just using them like it was just like regular silver dollars. Like I thought they were just regular dollars or whatever. So I was like, okay, and so I was like using them all the time. A whole big old jar of them. It was probably worth like, I don't know, thousands of dollars, right? God dang it, it bugs me to this day.
One of the men carried a
I
large,
wasted
seemingly
so much
empty
money,
backpack.
man.
Another held an unidentified green implement. The third man had nothing in his hands. Shortly after entering the building, the men stopped outside of the
This is
Wing B
because I
men's
really like
bathroom and
those
spoke amongst
oh
themselves.
no, don't start
No audio
kissing.
was recorded, and their lips could not be seen.
I really
there is
like
no way
those
of knowing
spicy
exactly
pickles from
what
the
was
gas
said,
station,
but
so I
whatever
buy
it
them
was,
like
the
almost
men
every
entered the
other day.
bathroom a few moments later. Before shutting the door behind them, the last man examined the area,
I
looking to
still
see
like
if they
the
were being
spicy
followed.
pickles to this day,
Seeing that
man.
they were alone, he closed the door, and the 3 of them disappeared. They were inside the bathroom for the next 2.5 hours. Whatever happened in that
Man,
bathroom
I've gotten
is
in
still
so much
unknown,
trouble.
as security cameras inside
Number
of restrooms are generally
15,
frowned upon and tend not to be
twerking
installed.
chicken. The twerking chicken tries
Not
to
the
give you a
twerking chicken,
boner
no.
until your balls bust.
Guys, don't start busting your balls, alright? God dang it. I'm not a loot tuber yet.
After those 2.5 hours were up, 2
No,
out of
I'll
the
never
3
be a
men
loot
exited
tuber.
the
It's not my
bathroom.
bag.
The man with the backpack and the man who was carrying the green object. The third man was not with them. The backpack now appeared to be full and a great deal heavier than it was on the way in. The 2 men
You're
walked
not
to the
my
main
real
entrance of
dad.
the building, at which point the one without the backpack
You know, one time
stopped
I
and reached into the top
pawned,
pocket of his hooded
oh
sweatshirt.
god, I
He
was
then
like
patted the pockets of
18.
his trousers. Whatever he was
And
looking
I didn't
for,
know the value of things, alright? I was a really dumb 18-year-old. I pawned my dad's World War II katana. What she had to buy back for
Was
like
not
8
there.
grand or
He
something.
turned to head back into the building, but
So,
the other man placed a
needless to
hand
say,
on
I
his
was in
arm,
trouble
stopping
for
him.
like
The two
4
argued
months
for a
or
moment
something.
before leaving the building and getting into
I
a
just
car.
remember that they made me do all
Later
this
analysis of the
hard
license
work and
plate
stuff.
revealed it to be a stolen vehicle. They drove
Like
off
I was
toward
like
the south
constantly
and out of
having
sight.
to like pick
Subsequent attempts to
weeds
track
out
the
of the
men
garden
down
with
have
my
so
hand,
far
my
been
bare hands, no
unsuccessful.
gloves
The
allowed. It
cleaner
was
on
a
duty
lot
that
of
day
work.
later reported that one of the bathroom stalls was locked
I
for
just
an
lost my
unusually long
dog,
time.
and my brother taught
When he
me how
came
to
back and
chase
was
the
able to
the
enter
bag.
and clean the stall, he spotted a large amount of what appeared to be white gravel on the floor and the lid of the toilet. This is now
Yeah, it was my grandfather's katana, and he gave it to my dad, and I pawned it, and I got in a lot of trouble.
believed to be dental matter.
I wanted to go
Speaking
to
of
this concert
unidentified
though,
objects,
really
the
bad. I
green
didn't get to
implement
go,
from
by
the
the way.
security tapes was later discovered and identified.
I didn't get to go, and I
It is now
got
referred to
grounded.
as
I was a drone-ass person, and I was
SCP-2450-1,
still
and is
grounded.
stored in Reliquary 87B-6, Locker 12004.
I got grounded, and then I wasn't allowed to go.
SCP-2450-1 is a green plastic toothbrush of
And
unknown
this is
make
the
or
most messed up
manufacturer.
SCP I've
As you might
ever
have guessed,
read
it
about.
is no ordinary toothbrush. When a tooth is brushed with SCP-2450-1, the teeth will be worn down to the root at a rapid pace. An entire molar, including the root, can be
Goddamn.
removed with the brush in 5 minutes. In spite of this, it appears to do no damage
Big
to any other
queasy. I'm
surrounding
dead,
tissue
bro.
such
Kill
as the
that shit.
skin
Hell
or
yeah,
gums. On the back of the handle, the text, "For non-oral use only," is printed. The origins of this
Dude, I
toothbrush
still
and the
get grounded,
motivations for the
even at
men
my
that entered
age.
the bathroom stall that day are still unknown.
Like, my parents
However,
still ground
given
me
the
every once
information
in a
that we
while.
do have, I feel I can make an educated
Like, they'll
guess.
watch the streams, and
It is
they'll
my
have,
personal
like,
theory that
Japanese
the third man,
translation,
the one
and
who had
then,
never
like,
been found,
I get
was
grounded.
suffering from an advanced form of the SCP-2450
That's why I've been cursing. I'm a
infection.
grown-ass adult.
When the men attempted to treat his condition with the
I'm a
anomalous
grown-ass
toothbrush,
adult, and
he
I'm
had
still
advanced
getting
to such a
grounded.
severe state that his body was primarily made
Yeah,
up
it
of
is
teeth,
a sad,
and he
man.
crumbled
It's
apart
kinda gross,
during the
man.
process. His remains were then stuffed
Ew,
into the backpack
gross toilet,
and taken out
ew.
of the building. The debris left behind somehow infected the area, leading to the subsequent SCP-2450 infections that have occurred in the area since. I have no way to officially confirm this speculation, of course, but it seems as reasonable of a theory
But
as
the
something
excuse
can
they
be, where
use is as
anomalous
long as I
tooth-based
lived under
diseases
this
and
roof,
unusually
then I'm
powerful
under their
toothbrushes are
authority,
concerned.
and
Any
they can
patients
ground me if
afflicted
they
with
want.
SCP-2450 must be kept in Secure War Land 12 and physically restrained in order to contain
To
the
be
infection
fair, I
and
sometimes
prevent
get
any further
grounded, although
spread.
I'm on dog.
The initial source of infection is contained at the site of its discovery in Building 2450, which has been disguised as an electrical substation. Building 2450
Like, that's
is
why
kept
I'm moving
securely
out,
locked
man,
and
because I'm
surrounded by
tired
a
of getting
standard
grounded all the
substation
time.
fence.
I'm like a living incarnation of Butters if they were a VTuber and real.
Which has been covered with danger of death warning signs
Literally
in order to
Butters
deter
on the
any
internet.
civilians
Now
from
that I
approaching.
think about it, god damn
The
it.
building is kept under constant surveillance, and anyone attempting
Wait,
to
do
enter
I
the
even
premises
sound kind of
must be
like
detained
Butters now that I
and
think
thoroughly
about it?
questioned.
No, don't compare me to
The only
Butters,
method
guys.
of
Don't get
entering
any
Building
ideas. Holy
2450
shit, I
is a
just
double
gave you
door
guys
system,
ideas. Fuck.
including an isolation chamber which prevents any small mammals from entering the building. No mammals, with the exception of
Wait a minute, now that I think about it, hold on.
I said what in the butt. I said what
I said, what? In the butt.
in
No, god damn it, I do sound like them.
approved
Fuck
test
you,
subjects
fuck you.
may exit the building. One member of
My
Foundation
stupid brain
personnel with
betrayed
formal
me. Now you
dentistry
guys have
training
one
must
over
be
on me.
assigned to monitor all dentistry journals and
God
affiliated
damn
news
it, brain,
sources for
you little
cases that
bitch.
might indicate an outbreak of SCP-2450. If one is detected, swift and decisive action
No,
must be
it's
taken.
already starting.
There is
What?
currently no
In the
known
butt.
cure for SCP-2450. Patients who have been infected with the disease can either be
I hate
kept
my
alive
brain
with mineral
sometimes,
supplements and produce teeth indefinitely, or they can slowly lose calcium and vital minerals over time.
You like my
until their
model?
body
Thank you,
can no
thank you.
longer
I
function.
appreciate it.
Either way, they will be a prisoner of the teeth until the day that they die, confined to a terrifying, toothy existence. Though those who have already been infected are
Yeah,
somewhat
man,
doomed,
this is the worst
at
way
least
to
until a
die
cure
ever,
can be
though.
found.
Seriously.
We can take some comfort in the knowledge that
God damn, man. How
can be
could you
easily
die this
avoided.
way, man? Damn it.
Just stay away from the men's restroom in Building 2450 and try not to let anyone bite you.
Well, I don't have to worry about going into that kind of bathroom. Yucky.
At least, not hard enough to draw blood. Still, the images
It's
I
fire.
saw
Hell
while
yeah,
looking
man.
into
Thank you, dude.
SCP-2450 will haunt me for quite some time. In fact, I think I've had my fill of the topic. My gums are beginning to itch. So if you'll excuse me, I think I'll go eat some caramels and
Dude, my gums started itching too, man. This is making
forget to
me itch all
floss.
over my body.
Can't
It's
let
so
the teeth get
gross.
too comfortable. Check out the Dr. Bob Patreon and become a junior researcher today. Now go and
Alright, guys. Alright.